Today we are going to present a presentation over the causes and consequences of the teacher shortage in the U.S. It's presented to you by Autumn Hall, which is myself. The first thing we're going to look at is my research question. Now, my research question was, how might I determine the primary causes of the shortage of teachers in the U.S.? Now, why this is important to me? This is important to me because I am looking at possibly getting my teaching certificate and going into this field after I graduate with my bachelor's. It's really important to me to understand what is happening with this shortage, because if you don't understand what's going on, then you can't help be part of the solution, which is what I would want to be, is a solution to help with this shortage. I myself also have kids in public education right now, young kids that just started. So the shortage really means something to me on both ends, that it may be my job, but also that I have children there. And so it's a very important topic to me. I had the privilege of interviewing Miss Brower. She's a teacher at the local ISD where my children go. Some of the things I asked her was, if she had the choice to be a teacher again, would she? And for her, the answer was yes. She said that, she loves getting to know the student. She wants to be a listening ear. She wants to really just help them make better choices. I also asked her about her typical day, and she said that the typical day is very rushed. There's a lot of work to get done, not enough time to do it. You always have to have your brain on for these kids, and it can be quite overwhelming. She also talked about the fact that when she gets home at night, she barely has any energy or patience for her own family, and sometimes they see the bad side of that, the burnout that comes with teaching. The other things that I asked her was, like, what kind of advice would she give a new teacher going into this field? And she said that she would tell them not to take things too personal in this field. You deal with a lot of people and a lot of things happen, and as long as you're doing what you're meant to be doing, don't take the negative too personal. It will really get to you. Some of the key factors in the teacher shortage in the U.S. right now is the decline in people going in to the work field. They don't want to. They don't want to enter these programs. Another thing that is making people not interested in teaching is the inadequate compensation that you get. It's very low pay, not that great of benefits. There's also burnout and poor work conditions. That affects people. There's a big barrier to entry trying to get certified to get in there. It takes several steps. It's not an easy process. And then there's also the pressure of the standardized testing. If you're a teacher, that's a lot to take on. Some resources that I have. This one over here talks about how the average teacher will spend anywhere from 900 to a little over 1,000 hours in the classroom, which on average is more than almost every other country. So that's crazy to think they spend that much time there. The other one over here talks about how the high turnover rate is affecting students and that they're not handling it well, that teachers are really the main influence on them. And some more research talks about how more than 30% in the last decade is not going into the preparation program. They talk about that most teachers are leaving due to poor conditions and low pay. It's not that they're retiring. They talk about how if teachers are going into these prep programs, they're 2 to 3 more times likely to quit. This resource talks about the things that are getting taken away. Schools are having, 40% of unqualified teachers, 30% increase of class size, 25 have cut the specialized programs, 18 have converted to a 4-day school week. Some solutions would be to increase the teacher pay, improve their work conditions, class size, give them more staff support, mentorship programs, help with the teacher prep programs, make them more diverse, get more teacher voices in the decision-making process. The conclusion is that there are actionable solutions to turn around the nation crisis of the shortage. But there needs to be continuing research and investigation to keep up with this so that we can reform this situation. Um, as a nation, we really need to make sure that we have qualified teachers that are going to be committed to our students. If we don't take care of our students, they're the ones that are going to be the nation one day. And if they're not educated, what would we do? Here's just a resource list of all the resources that I used for this project. And this is the second page of my resources. So thank you for your time today.